So I got a meeting this morning for my client down in Texas. It is with a larger law firm down in Corpus Christi. It's actually funny, their main, case is they went against the NBA in a court trial. So it's a pretty large one. They have about 170 employees there. There's not really any formal infrastructure because they're all Mac shop. So Tim is going to look into some cybersecurity options, see if we can't help them behind the scenes. So should be pretty good.
Alright, so I got one today for my Midwest client. It is 20 users. It's a manufacturing company there. It's a great opportunity for us. They're actually phasing out their old IT guy right now, so they're looking at other vendors in the area on who they're going to go with. He is retiring in the next couple of months, so my owner's going to go out there and just kind of show them what we do, how we take a proactive approach, and hopefully there will be something good there for us. We're looking forward to it.
So I've got one for my client in Georgia. It is about a 30-user law firm that they needed a network administrator basically, and they were wanting someone to come out and do it. They didn't really want anybody in-house doing it. They kind of handle their cybersecurity. That's also kind of what we do, so it helps for us to have a backup in that. But the main thing was they were looking for somebody, so I called the guy last week. He said send him an email about it to kind of explain what we do and what our experience is in that area. And then he said today, he sent me an email and said, hey, let's meet this Friday, 11 o'clock. So I sent out the invite, he accepted it, and then my guy accepted it as well. So we are set to meet with them Friday, 11 o'clock. I think it'll be a pretty good fit for us.
Yeah, so I called over to a real estate company over in Denver earlier this morning. Right now we set up a meeting for next week. They're currently working with like an independent contractor, have about 30 users or so. They're happy with the service that they're getting from their independent guy, but it's that there are some scheduling conflicts with just one guy handling it. So we're going to go in there and show them what it would look like to work with a company like ourselves, where you get a whole team and the benefits that are associated with that. So could be promising. Looking forward to it.
Just set it up for my client up in Ohio. It's with a big manufacturing firm up there. Spoke to the IT manager. He wanted to talk about some cabling and fiber insulation projects he has coming up. So set up a phone call with him and my owner for this Thursday. Kind of talk through it and what that's going to look like. So it should be a good one.
Got one for my guy out in Arkansas, back-to-back days. It's a pretty cool situation. It's a company I've been trying to track down since February. Talked to the president back in February, said that he had an internal guy, was wanting to stick to that, wasn't that interested. I asked him if it was okay if I checked in periodically to kind of see how everything was going. 6 months later, gave him a phone call today. He's been doing a lot of traveling, but the vice president answered, and her name is Tisha, and she pretty much oversees the IT with the president, and she said that she was glad that I reached out to her. She had been trying to get a hold of somebody at our company, and she was really open to meeting. There's a lot of pain. She wants some monitoring for some devices out in the field. She wants to upgrade her phone system. She wants a rundown of what managed services would cost. Basically up in limbo right now. And when I asked her what was currently in place for IT, she told me nothing. So I had to ask. I was like, well, what happened to the internal guy? And apparently he did it for about a month and left. So there's immediate pain there. They're meeting immediately tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a good outcome for my guy Gerard in Arkansas.
I got my client in Wichita 2 appointments today, one with a clinic and the other one with home health service. The one, they have a company, but they're interested in other options, so he's going out there next week and getting them some competitive rates and showing them what we could do for them. And the home health care, they don't really have anything set up. It's kind of tiny, but they have cameras and some computers to update and get some stuff put in. So yeah, that's going to be the second week of July.
All right, so I got an appointment today for my client in California. It is in the medical field. They have in-house IT, but they look for other companies to come in and do projects. I had actually spoke with the IT manager back in early March, and he wanted some information. I sent him an email and never heard back from him, so I've been following up with him since then and got him on today. He was at lunch, and he said it was great timing because he actually needs some cabling help, and he wanted an email. I told him that I would have my owner call him tomorrow around lunchtime, and he called me back 5 minutes later and said, hey, can you come on site today? And haven't got my guy on yet today, so regardless, we'll get out there and have a conversation tomorrow with him to see if it's something that we can help him with, because we do a lot of cabling work. So it should be a good project, and it should be a good in, because he needs somebody local. He actually had, when I spoke with him back in March, he had a company that was local, but they actually left the area. So this is a really good way to get in, show him what we can do, and hopefully be their kind of go-to person for projects in the future. So excited.
So yeah, actually got two on the board today, both for the client out of Richmond. The first one was for a manufacturing company with about 40 employees and one server that they said they may need help with. It was a little bit older, so he was mentioning he didn't really know who to call in terms of getting that fixed. So that was the first one that set up for him. The second one was for a law firm that actually been chasing down since February, and finally spoke to him today, and he was like, you know what? Yeah, we use Google type services, so I mean, call my secretary and to set something up. So it should be good, because they don't really have anything in the realms of cybersecurity, which is what obviously my client specializes in terms of helping people out for that. So yeah, should be two good opportunities, and I mean that's two for the same market. So yeah.